Get away from her, you beep! Alien Romulus is in theaters now, and I highly recommend watching it because I'm so pumped after just having seen it. I already want to go watch it again. And if you're a Hulu subscriber, you can also go back and rewatch all the previous Alien movies, which I did recently prior to watching this. And that was a good idea because you pick up on all the callbacks that are in this movie. I watched the first Alien when I was 10, Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien, and I always preferred that over James Cameron's Aliens, even though Aliens was more popular at the time. I always felt like Alien was a pure horror movie, whereas Aliens to me felt more like a Terminator movie. Although it did have some really good areas of tension. For example, the motion sensor. I thought that was a really good way to build tension. But I always considered the first two the best Alien movies. But this one, I might even rank Romulus at the moment, maybe even above Aliens for me personally. So it's an excellent follow-up to the original 1979 Alien. As far as the characters go, it was a good update on this one because you have a younger cast, but the Alien movies have always been about blue-collar space travelers. So the characters always felt very realistic, and the dialogue is very organic, and the characters are even insufferable at times. In fact, there's one particular character in this movie that's very insufferable, but if you know the way slashers work, is that character doesn't last very long. And make no mistake, Alien is a horror movie. It's easy to think it's in outer space, it's sci-fi, but no, Alien is pure horror. It's a haunted house on a spaceship. What I liked about Romulus is they went back to a lot of the feel of the original Alien, where it's very claustrophobic because you get the sense of those corridors. And if you think about it, in most movies you don't really see the ceiling because they often light it from there in a studio. But in Alien, you get a sense that you have a low roof and it's very claustrophobic and you have those narrow tunnels. So they're very creative in the way they light it. And the creature design in this movie, I liked Alien Covenant, but the thing about that movie is it's a lot like Jurassic World in the sense that they really relied on CGI. But in this, they went back to more of those close-up shots of whether it's the puppeteer or animatronics, where you really get a sense of all the gruesome details and the slime, and you get all the gory details in this movie. There's even one moment that I almost wanted to gag. I'm like, And so you get all those graphic details. The thing I love about the Alien movie, because it's juxtaposed with things that are typical with space travel. Clean lines, a lot of rigid angles, and then you kind of get the organic, grotesque, really slimy alien creatures. The sound design also made it very terrifying, which is why this is a really good movie to watch in the cinema. So those loud noises and kind of the contrast between the very quiet moments and the use of music and sometimes not using music. There's a really high contrast and high dynamic range between the quiet moments and the more tense moments. Very effective jump scares and a lot of surprises. I liked the way they took things from Alien lore that fans would be familiar with, and they kind of played with those variables to create new ways of bringing tension. There was even one scene toward the end that got a good audience reaction, and I applauded too, but I really just wanted to stand up and pump up because I was just so excited. I'm just a nerd that way. But wow, I would definitely rank Alien Romulus within the top 3. So if the first 2 are the best ones, I would say this is probably at least tied with Aliens. But for me personally, just the way I'm feeling now after just having watched Romulus, I might rank this second right after the original Alien. Highly recommend it. Go watch it. And if you're a Hulu subscriber, watch all the previous Alien movies. They all play into this. It's not essential, but it will enhance your experience. Alien Romulus.